Now, welcome. Welcome to STEM Cafe, where it makes everything science, technology, engineering, and mathematics easy to comprehend, assimilate, fun, and entertaining. We are still on the, revision, reminding, or even treating the basic aspects of mathematics. Let's quickly run through fractions. What do you mean by fraction? Fraction is represented by one number, that is the numerator, divided by another number called denominator. That is, we have a number like this, 3/8. This one is referred to as numerator, and this one is denominator. So most times, this is how we find it. So one integer will be up, another integer will be down, and we know how we come about this. That is, we break a whole figure into equal parts, like this one. Let's say we have a sample like this. This is 4. And 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. You can see. So I now take 3 parts of this. So I take this part out. 1, 2, 3. So it's going to give me something like this. So you can see. So I have divided them into 8 equal parts, and I pack 3 out of it. So this represents 3/8 of this shape. That is what it means. And before we go on, I'd like you to look at different types or definitions you can give fraction. That's what we call proper fraction. Improper fraction and mixed. You see, the proper fraction is when the numerator is lesser than the denominator. That is, this is n, this is d. Here, n is lesser than the denominator. Just like the one we have here, like 3/8, 4/7, 2/5, etc. For improper fraction, numerator is greater than denominator. Numerator is greater than denominator. So in this instance, you can have 8/3, 7/4, 2/n, 5/2. But for mixed, in mixed fraction, why do we call it mixed? We have a whole number attached to proper fraction, like this. W(n)/2. Where W is the whole number. Let's say we have like 6 3/8, 4 2/5, 5 1/7. So most times, improper fraction and mixed fraction, they are interconvertible. Every time, not most time, every time. Improper fraction and mixed fraction, they are convertible, converted to each other. You can convert one to the other one. Let me make it simple for myself. Now, look at this. This is 8/3. This is improper fraction. If you want to convert it to proper fraction, we divide 8 by 3. What does that give us? 2. What remains? It remains 2 up. So we are going to have remainder 2. So if we want to represent it perfectly as improper fraction, it's going to give us 2 whole number 2/3. That is how we represent it. So this is improper, and this is the mixed version, mixed fraction. So you can see, very easy. You can convert anyone, and then you can convert this one to improper fraction. Let's convert it to improper fraction. Now let's convert this one and this one to improper fraction. So these are the mixed. Let's say 6 3/8. If I want to convert it to improper fraction, I will do what? Multiply 6 by 8. 6 times 8. And then plus the numerator plus 3. I will now divide straight by 8 again. So 6 times 8, that's 48, plus 3, that's 49. So it's going to give me 49/8. So you can see what I did. I initially, the number is 6/3/8. So the whole number is multiplied by the denominator. The whole times denominator plus numerator divided by denominator. That's the way it is converted back to mixed improper fraction. You can see, just like opposite of what we did here. You know, we divided, then we put the number on top, subtracted, and we remain it. So that is the whole thing about proper fraction, improper fraction, and mixed fraction. Very simple. Let's see some operations you can do with fractions. Now let's look at multiplication operation under fractions. Let's multiply fraction by fraction. Let's say like we have 3 over 8 times 5 over 7. It's very simple to do this. The thing we do is we multiply this by this, we multiply this by this. So this one multiplies this one multiplies this. So this one is going to give us 15 over 6 straight. So if you have A over B times C over D, you are going to have AC over A over B. So this will even make you to understand the rules of the operation, like commutative, associative, and distributive. So with this, you will understand the operation, the laws of operations of mathematics, like the commutative, distributive, associative. So when you look at these operations very well, you understand more. Now let's look at another way you can multiply. Let's say we have something like whole number times 3 over 7. So what do we do? This whole number, use it directly to multiply the numerator. You use it to multiply the numerator. So in this instance, we are going to have 15 over 7. So if you have A times B over C, it's going to give us AB over C. That is it. Now, let's talk about, you know, in mathematics, when we are saying something of, it means we are invariably, everything we turn to multiplication. Let's say half of 3 over 5. That is, we want to break this one into half again. If we have drawn it, at the same time, we cut it into half again, you will see that it's going to be multiplication. So when you have this operation like this, and you say C of this, it's going to be multiplication. So when you have of, implies multiplication. So here, it means half times 3 over 5. So that gives us 3 over 10. Remember, I told you, when you have a whole number multiplying, whole number means, like, when we have, let's say we have 3 times 2 over 5. You know, this 3 implies 3 over 1. Just like, so another way to look at it, this 3 is 3 over 1 times 2 over 5. So this 3 will multiply the numerator, and this one will multiply the denominator. So when you have whole number, it's going directly to multiply the numerator, or you place it like this. We place it like this. So it makes the job very simple and straightforward. So that's it about multiplication. Let's go to division. Now, when we are talking about division, you know what it means now? Like, let's say we want to divide 6 by 3. It means you are bringing the 3, it will form a kind of fraction. That's what it will form. Within our mind, in mathematical operation, we are going to form a fraction. We have this 6 will be the numerator, and the 3 will be the denominator. To give us 2. Now, let's look at it in another way. Let's say I have 6 over 1 divided by 3 over 1. You can see. So at the end of the day, I'm going to have 6 over 1 times 1 over 3 to be able to form this. So it's going to give me 6 over 3, which is equal to. I believe I'm making sense. Now, let's look at, if I have 1 and I want to divide it by half. You understand? Like, how many half am I going to see in 1? You know that will be 2. So, to make it easy, this is what you are going to do. 1 over 1 times 2 over 1. What does that mean? You form reciprocal of this, just as we did with this. The reciprocal means 1 over that number. 1 over that number. So 1 over 1 over 2 is going to give you 2 over 1. And then you multiply, you are going to have 2. You can see. So this is the basic way of dividing with fraction. Now let's extend it. Let's say I have 5 over 7 divided by 1 over 2. So what does that give me? It's going to give me 5/7. This one, I have to interchange it times 2/1. It's going to give me 10/7. I believe you understand the reasoning from here to here, and from there I came to this place. So you can see. So anytime you are dividing by fraction, you will just change that side you are using to divide, or you multiply by the reciprocal. That is what you do. That is all. So it's very straightforward. Anytime you see this kind of operation, change it. Now let's look at this. Let's say I want to divide 1 divided by 8. So what does that give me? It gives me 1 times 1/8. You know, 8 is 8/1, 1/1. So I'm going to have it like this. So it's going to give me 1/8. Just like when I cut that circle. You see? When I divided it to 8, you can see. So if I should remove one of it, it's 1/8 of the whole shape. Let's see addition and division. Now, addition and subtraction, they are the same thing under operations per se. You know, one is removing, one is increasing. So let's look at when I want to add and subtract fractions. It is immediately possible only if the denominator is equal. When you are adding two fractions, let's look at what I'm saying now. If I have 1/7 plus 3/7, it is very easy to add in this instance. What I just need to do is, I have this. This is the LCM of the denominator. This is where we apply LCM mainly. This is one of the places. Let me put it that way. So since the LCM is 7 for both, it is very straightforward. Now, I just need to put 1 here plus 3. So it's going to give me 4/7. Let's look at this. If I have 3/8 plus 2/8, what does that give me? It's going to give me 3 plus 2/8, which is equal to 5/8. Why? We have common denominator. Common denominator. Now let's look at a situation where we have different denominators. And this is where we look at equal fractions. Equal fractions. Note, what we are doing, multiplication, subtraction, and division, addition, they are not restricted just to 2. You can add up to 10. You can multiply up to 50. Different numbers like this, different fractions. So we are just using this as simple examples. When denominators are different, we will need to look at equal fractions. Look at this case. I use 2/8. As I use 2/8, I want to look at something. 1/4. It is the same thing as 2/2 times 1/4. Note, 2/2 is 1. This one is 1. You can see. So at the end of the day, I'm going to have this one as 2/8. So it means that 1/4 and 2/8, they are equal fractions or equivalent. Let me put it like this. One over 2. So if I have something like this, 4/4 times 1/2. So it means that 4/8 and half, they are equivalent. They are the same thing. Do you understand? So we have equal equivalent fraction. Now we use this knowledge in adding or subtracting fractions with different denominators. Let's see. Mind you, we can also have positive and negative fractions. We have been talking about positive fractions. You can also have something like -half, -2/10, etc. You can have it in that format. Please note. So if you get this kind of fraction, no cause for alarm. Now let's look at this. I want to add half to 3/8. From our knowledge before, I just try to work this one out, make it simple for me. For me. If you look at it, I have 8 here. Let me first of all try to see how I can make the denominator of half and this one to be equal, and then get equivalent fraction. 2 from 8 is 4. So which means that if I say half, I can make it equal to 4/4 times half. Because, so this one will be able to give me the same denominator as this one. I divided this this one by 2. So it gives me 4. So I now multiply the denominator and numerator by 4. So this one gives me 4 over 8. So at the end of the day, I can now say is equal to 4 over 8 plus 3 over 8, which is 7 over 8. You can see. And I can make it easy for myself. Okay, let's look at subtraction. Half minus 3 over 8. With this now, I can now say 4 over 8 minus 3 over 8, which is 1 over 8. You can see. Now, instead of going through, like assuming I have 7 here, I have 2 here, I will be going through some kind of, back and forth to make the denominators equal. That is why we introduce the use of LCM, lowest common multiple. That's why we make use of lowest common multiple. Let's look at something like this. Half plus 2 over 7. 2 cannot easily go in 7. So to make use of this technique will make, might be tedious. Now, I can now use LCM. What is the LCM of 2 and 7? When you try to use the knowledge you have applied before, you can easily know that, 2, 7. 2 here, 1, 7. 2 here, and 7 here, 1, 1. So our LCM here is 2 times 7, which is 14. So our LCM is 14. You can see our LCM is 14. Now, from here, I can now say 2 in 14. 2 in 14 is 7. 7 in 14 is 2. Times 2, 4. And that gives me 11 over 14. Let me now break it down for us. Since I have made the LCM to be 14, and we have to make the LCM, the denominators of the 2, to be equal to 14. So half will be equal to, 7, 14, 2 in 14 is 7. So I can say 7 times 7 times half. That is 7 over 14. So 2 over 7 will be equal to 7 in 14, 2. 2 over 2 times 2 over 7. So that is going to give me 4 over 14. You can see. So which means that, therefore, half plus 2 over 7 will be equal to 7 over 14 plus 4 over 14. Since just the denominators are equal, I can add the numerator 3. That gives me 11 over 14. So you can see, this is the easiest way. This is just explanation for it. This is just explanation for it. Now look at this. We have 1 over 6 plus 3 over 8. We can have it like this. What is the LCM? LCM is 24. That's the very common multiple. Then 6 in 24, that is 4. 8 in 24, that is 3. 3 times 3, 9. And that gives us 13 over 24. Now, let's look at it from, let me explain it using that simple form. Since we want to make, we have known that the LCM is 24, by breaking down and whatever, any form you want to, you can say 6 equals to 2 times 3, 8 equals to 2 times 2 times 2. Now, this is common. You understand? But we have this one out. So we are going to have 2 times 3 times 2 times 2. That's 24. Or you can do the, breaking it down using this. 2 here is 3, 4. 3 here is 1, 4. 2 here. So, you can see. So the LCM is 2, just like this case. You have gotten the LCM. Very sweet. Now, look at this. We have been able to establish that the LCM is 24. Now, to get equivalent of this with 24 as the denominator, we have 1 over 6. Will be equal to 4 times 1 over 6. And what does that give us? 4 over 24. For 3 over 8, we know that to make the denominator equal to 24, we have to multiply by the answer when we divide this one by 8. And that's going to be 3 over 3 times 3 over 8. That gives us 9 over 24. So invariably, 1 over 6 plus 3 over 8 is equal to 4 over 24 plus 9 over 24, which is 13 over 24. So, Now, assuming we have 1 over 6 minus 3 over 8. 1 over 6 minus 3 over 8. It's also going to give us 4 over 24 minus 9 over 24, which is minus 5 over 24. Or we can do it straight like this. So here, you can now make this one. We have established it to be 24. 6 in 24, 4. 8 in 24, 3. Times 3, 9. And that gives us minus 5 over 24. So this is the simplest, most straightforward way to handle addition and subtraction. You can see that division, multiplication, they are very easy to handle under fractions. Now let's talk about ratios. When we have quantities in certain proportion, that's when we talk about ratios. Ratios and proportions are the same thing. Now let's look at it. If I'm going to have a mixture of rice, beans, and maize, let's say rice, beans, and maize. They are in this proportion of 3 to 4 to 5. That is in which proportion? And we can also say they are in this ratio. You understand? At the same time, we can also look at it like this. So you can also have it like this. Like 3 over 10 to 4 over 10 to 5 over 10. You can see. So you can also say it is 3 over 10 to 2 over 5 to 1 over 2. So you can see it. So you can have it in this ratio. So you can have it in this proportion. You can have it in this ratio. So you can see that the fractions too can, how do I put it? The fractions too can be used to express ratio or proportion. Just like we have it at the top here. Now let's look at an example. Okay, to convert it back to whole number like this, let's do something. The LCM here is 10. You understand? So let's multiply 2 by 10. So it's going to be 3 over 10 times 10 to 2 over 5 times 10 to half times 10. So here is 5. Here is 1. So we are still having 3 to 4 to 5. So you can see they are very easy. You can easily interchange this one to whole number and make your any calculation you want to do to be easy and straightforward. Now let's quickly look at this. What ratio of the components A, B, and C form? What ratio do the components A, B, and C form if a compound contains 3 over 4 of A, 1 over 6 of B, and 1 over 12 of C? So let's do it. 1, A, B, C. This one is 3 over 4. This one is 1 over 6. And this one is 1 over 12. If you look at it, the LCM is 12. Now let's multiply 2 by 12. So I have 3 over 4 times 12. 1 over 6 times 12. 1 over 12 times 12. So we have this. So this is 9. This is 2. And this is 1. So you can see, when you have it in ratio, in fraction form like this, you can see the ratio conveniently. Now percentage are fractions whose denominator is 100. So instead of writing over 100, we represent 1 over 100 by this. Now let's say I have 1 over 20. You know, it is equal to 5 times 5, which is 5 over 100. If I have 5 over 100, it's going to give me 5 cents. I think you understand what I mean now. So we convert the denominator to be 100. So after that, we'll just change it to percentage. Now look at something like this. When I have 37 over 100 of A, it's going to be 37% of A. So that's just it. So anytime you are asked about percentages and you are given fraction, the fraction is converted, the denominator of the fraction will be converted to 100. And then from there, you can easily say what percentage it is. Now if I have 3 over 4 of A, it's going to be 3 over 4 times 100. Very easy to convert. So it's going to be 25%. that is 75%. You know, it's just straightforward. It's just straightforward. Instead of saying, okay, what will it be? Instead of 3 over 4 times 25 over 25, which is 75 over 100, which is 75%. So you can see, it's just straightforward like that. Multiply by 100 and then it gives you the percent straight. But in reality, this is what we are working about. This is what our work is in reality. But this one just gives us the answer straight. That is all. So thank you so much. See you in the next section. Kindly share, subscribe if you haven't, comment, advice, and if you have anything to tell us, you can go through the channels in the description or the comment section. I really appreciate you. Thanks for the support so far. Thank you very much.